after 6 months, you actually quit your job.
I was like, well, I don't really enjoy this. I just want to go into something that I actually enjoy.
As we're filming, if you can see my phone, live in the flesh, receiving money from PayPal. I'm filming and I'm making money at the same time. This is why I tell people, listen, start an Airbnb business, it's easy. I'm filming and I'm making money at the same time, just like this. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm filming with one of my mentees, Usman, and we're also actually at one of my properties. In this property, I've actually got guests who've checked in. However, they've had to drop their bags off because the property is not actually ready. So you guys are gonna see the behind the scenes of what it's like when you're actually touching up a property, because I've spent couple thousand, I'll probably say about 2,000-3,000 touching this place up. So you guys are gonna see the raw reality of what it's like touching up property, getting it to a good standard, and at the same time, you're gonna hear some words of wisdom from my guy Usman. He sourced what, 10 deals in 6 months?
10, yeah, 10. We've done 10, above 10, let's say 11.
So yeah, Usman has sourced 10 deals in 6 months. So yeah, we're gonna go inside and yeah, we're gonna hear more about your story. Let's go. Works are being done. Fortunately, the guests didn't mind. The guests have actually come from France, but they actually didn't mind. So what's happened? They've just dropped off their bags. Obviously, I've got my team in. Everyone knows my guy Ron. Show the camera to my guy Ron. So everyone knows my guy Ron. So yeah, obviously the team are doing their stuff. The new guests, they've dropped off their bags. So yeah, we're gonna have a quick look around, and then yeah, we're gonna get to hear about Usman's story. So yeah, we're looking at some of the stuff that's actually been done in this property. Here, I think for the past probably 7 or 8 months, the radiator was actually damaged. The walls are actually cracked. We're probably gonna show some behind the scenes. But yeah, got the team sorting that part out. The kitchens, everything should be ready by today, because again, the guests have checked in for I think about 6 days. They've come from France. They're paying £200 a night. So obviously 200 times 6, so obviously you do the maths. So yeah, they're paying a decent amount of money for this property. So we need to just make sure that we get up to a nice standard. Not much really needs to be going on here. The team have actually painted this whole house. So this is the ensuite bathroom. With this room, to be honest, there's always a lot of work that needs to be done. But I think the team, they're sorting out the floor and the tiling. If you come through, they're actually sorting out the tiling of this property. So yeah, you can come through, retiling this whole bathroom. This bathroom wasn't attractive at all, but obviously the retiling is obviously making it much nicer. Yeah, when you come through, you see the quality of it. So, as I said, I've got guests who checked into the property. They're gonna come back later on in the evening. So fingers crossed this place should be in a good condition. I've got the cleaners who are actually gonna come to the property as well. So yeah, it's kind of a race against time. So obviously try and get this property ready so that there's no complaints. But I trust my team and I'm sure that they're gonna do it in time. Aaron, did you speak to the guests?
Yeah. So they tell me they'll come back about 8:30. So by then
8:30. Okay, cool, perfect.
Because I've started done do that.
Yeah.
It's growth.
Perfect.
Clean up.
Yeah. Cool. The cleaners, what time the cleaners coming?
The cleaners coming about 4.
Okay, cool, that's fine, perfect.
Yeah. So it's now it's just
Perfect.
to make up beds and
Perfect.
buy new sheets for the whole property. So
Six, perfect, man.
So we don't need
So yeah, in Ron I trust. Ron and his team, I know they're gonna sort everything, man. So yeah, let's quick look at this. Okay, this one looks fine. Yeah, no, the whole thing looks fresh, man. Obviously painted the whole walls white. So, sorry, not white. Magnolia, fresh magnolia. This looks good. So obviously this staff room as well. They touched up this whole room as well. So yeah, you can see this one. Again, this property always attracts a lot of families, always attracts a lot of contractors as well. So, and as you can see, this is the life of an Airbnb host. Look, as we're filming, if you can see my phone, live in the flesh, receiving money from PayPal. I'm filming and I'm making money at the same time. This is why I tell people, listen, start an Airbnb business, it's easy. I'm filming and I'm making money at the same time, just like this, £828 made. Let's carry on filming, man. Let's carry on filming. So yeah, again, this is a big house, 3 stories. So yeah, got the guys touching up the bathrooms. How you doing, brother? You right, yeah? Come on, man, bro. So obviously, yeah, this is the final upstairs, final bathroom, final top floor. Obviously, ensuite there. Not ensuite, sorry. Outside bathroom. So yeah, that's house tour done. I'm gonna see if Ron can get a video of everything once he's done. And now, let's talk to Usman and hear Usman's story, man. So yeah, guys, this is Usman, and Usman is actually one of my most successful mentees. And funny enough, Usman didn't actually go through the rent-to-rent route. He actually went through the deal sourcing route. Now, deal sourcing is not something that I generally advertise because again, I'm known for rent-to-rent. However, when Usman came to me, he expressed that he wanted to start deal sourcing. And again, I have the knowledge in terms of how to find deals and I have a high range of investors who are ready to take deals on. So yeah, Usman, introduce yourself, tell us about yourself, bro.
Usman, as Ezekiel said, and I've been working with Ezekiel for like 6 months now. Yeah, and when I first came to UK about 2-3 years ago now, and I've been following Ezekiel for like 2 years now. Let's say 2.5 years now. So obviously for like 1 year, I've been following him, seeing his result about rent to rent, and I've been wanting to get into rent to rent as well. There was a time he posted a picture on his Instagram about somebody who actually discussed a deal who's looking to find more deal for like before December. The person had a target of 20 deals.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I messaged you and I was like, oh, yeah, I need to get into this, and if this is alright for me, do you think I can get into this with my situation and love? And you said, no, I don't have any reason to have no reason not to get into it. Then we had a call, and from there I started since June 10.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you had my first deal, about 1 month after.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. So yeah, Usman started in about June. Obviously, since June, I think he's done about 10 deals. Some deals were so good that I had to take them myself. You know, that's how good he is. Usman is someone that I see myself. Listen, I had a conversation. I was like, listen, like you're gonna be working with me next year, 2025, man. Yeah. Because honestly, the way he works, like it's crazy. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, man. We're gonna talk about his first deal, man. Let's go inside and let's talk about your first deal and what that one was like. So talk to us. Obviously, you've done 10 deals in about 6 months.
Yeah.
What was your first deal like? Because I know there's been a lot of lessons along the way. What was your first deal like?
Yeah, before securing the first deal, you know, doing the first call, putting me through the source, and you were like, you were in the areas that have the highest demand. So I was focusing on Croydon at first. So going to Croydon, I had a friend at Croydon. So I was with him, just doing the house, doing myself. Then after that, I left. The first viewing didn't go through. I didn't get the deal. Didn't go through because I had to, like, you know, first day I don't really know where I'm going.
Yeah.
The first viewing. Then after that, I didn't really have confidence. Don't even know how to talk to the landlord the first viewing.
Yeah.
Then after like I think it was the third viewing that I went to. Then even that viewing, I didn't really know how to push to the landlord. I was still trying to know the script and know what to say to the landlord. Then I just managed myself to just push it to the landlord that this is what we want for your property for, and this is what we'll be doing with your property. So obviously he's okay with it and he's ready to go. And he said one thing, then it's like he loves to work with the new company that's coming up, like 3 years company.
Yeah.
They're coming up, obviously because he knows that we are going to be serious with his property and we don't want to make any errors. So after that, I went to Leeds to see my brother. Then the landlord was calling regarding the investor that's going to take on the deal, and we don't have a certain the company doesn't have this certain credibility to take on the deal because of credit check and all of that. Yeah. So it was a lot of back and forth. Obviously, we find another investor who took on the deal afterwards. Then because it was my first deal, I didn't really know that there was no white goods in there. I didn't really check there was no cook and some things that are very essential that needs to come with the properties. I didn't even pay attention to it. So after investor taking on the deal, the first thing they went to do, they saw that it was not there. So obviously, I had to just let my source commission go.
So just to for those who may not know what he's talking about, so Usman was sourcing for one of our social housing investors. So again, we have service accommodation investors, we have social housing investors, and Usman's actually sourcing for one of them. But one of the requirements when it comes to sourcing for social housing is they need certain white goods. They need fridge, they need washing machine, they need certain type of things in the property. Now the deal that Usman found, unfortunately, they didn't have that, and there were some things wrong with the property that I guess it wasn't communicated with the investors, and this meant that there were several back and forth that the investors had to do with themselves and the landlord, and they had to pay more money. And again, the way I operate off integrity, I operate of honesty. And I said to Usman, listen, we're gonna have to let the sourcing fee go, because for me, reputation is the most important thing. I'm not gonna source a deal that is gonna be a hassle for the investor, because for me, I prioritize long-term relationships. So I said to Usman, listen, we're gonna let the sourcing fee go. We're gonna give this to the investors free of charge, because again, I know they're gonna take on more deals. And again, Usman understood that. Again, it probably wasn't easy for him to hear that he's not gonna be making money on his first deal, but he understood the bigger picture. And one thing I like about Usman as well is he took that on board. He didn't let that get to him. Yes, it might have hurt his pride a bit, I think it's fair to say. However, the good thing about Usman, he just kept going. And after that one, he started to find more and more success, man, which is good, bro.
I think the same investor, I think we found them, like we gave them about 3 more deals after that.
Yeah.
Because after that, we started working with them like back to back.
Yeah.
We gave them that like 3 more deals. Then obviously some other deals that we had was like, sometimes the numbers won't work. I was like, then I didn't really understand how the numbers do work. So I was like, why is the number not working? You understand? So like, this deal is good. Then there was a time that you broke it down to me. I was like, look, did you need to stack in a year? If it doesn't stack, then that means we're not sourcing it out. So ever since then I know that, okay, these are the areas that the numbers will stack. These are the areas that the number won't stack. So before bringing the deals to the investor, I will do my comps. Then I will obviously send it to you. Then we'll have our comps. Then if it all stacks, then we'll have to send the house. So I mean, that's how we've been taking the deals back to back.
Yeah. A lot of people, when it comes to taking on rent-to-rent properties or deal sourcing, a lot of people are not actually ready for the rejections. And I know you faced a lot of rejections. So talk to us about the rejections that you've had to go through.
I mean, obviously, I'll start from the first app I usually use, which is Open Rent. So whenever I'm talking to the landlord on Open Rent, I might have one account that I just opened. All through that account, throughout that week, I might be getting no's. Some might just be like, they will not reply. I just have to keep chasing them. Sometimes Open Rent, how it works. Sometimes we stop getting messages. So you just have to like close the account and reopen the account. Then from there, I felt like, what can I do? Like, I'm not getting more deals, and I'm not really actually feeling comfortable with that. So I just like, okay, let me just like add some other things to it. I tried Gumtree. I didn't really like it because the way the house was, I didn't really understand the way they put it. Then I started going on Zoopla. Then I started picking my phones to call. Try like for the first, let's say I'm starting on Monday. For the first 3 days, I might be getting no's, and I have a target of calling like about 50 agents a day.
See, so 50 agents a day. 50 times 5 is 250. 250 people he's contacting a week, yeah? And he's getting rejected a lot of those times. A lot of people, they get rejected like 6 times a week and they start panicking. He's getting rejected 250 times a week. Carry on, bro.
Yeah, so after that, then I've done that for like 1 week. So I said, let me give it 2 more days. Let me just do it for the rest of the week. So on Friday, I called one agent. I mean, that was the first agent I'll be calling that day. And actually it was like, he's open to open. That was the agent in Corridor and Harley. Then from there, I thought he was joking. Then he sent me the deals on email. He collected my email, then sent me the deals. Then from there, started negotiating price. Then from there, I did viewing, and obviously we closed the deal. Another time, I actually that was the first moment I actually started believing in Zoopla, because I never had any deal from Zoopla.
Yeah.
So from there, I started calling agents back to back, regardless of what they're going to tell me. Of course, I have my script of whenever I call them, I know what to say. Sometimes,
yeah, of course.
And the deal that you were talking about the agents we've not heard of.
Okay, yeah.
When I called the agents, I was like, hello. Like when they said they talk, they said their company. I was like, how are you doing today? So I sound like I've spoken to them before.
Yeah.
So the lady was like, do I know her?
Okay.
This is my first time calling. So from there, obviously, I've built a rapport of like the tension I've reduced.
Of course.
Then obviously, I can actually come in and just like ask them if the property is available, then if it's open to complain let. Then from there, you can schedule a viewing. So from there, I know I tend to understand that communication is very important, and building rapport with the agent or landlord is very, very important, because
100%.
sometimes some don't know, and you have to educate them that this is what we're trying to do. Some have a different perspective of what the complaint actually is. So you just have to go in there and just like educate them and tell them this is what we're going to do. Give them your company. Most time they need clarity. They need a clear information of what you're doing, because they don't like anything like shady. If you're going in there and you're just telling them this is what you're doing and your words are not matching with what you're sending them, obviously they're just gonna ghost you.
100%. No, that makes a lot of sense, man. Cool, man. So yeah, let's go through the rest of the property. So a lot of people wouldn't actually know this, but you actually quit your job after 6 months of essentially working with me.
Yeah.
So what was that like, quitting your job, and what made you feel like you're ready to quit your job?
When I was working, I have a tight schedule that I can't actually go to a lot of viewings, you understand? So, and when I've been working, I was saving a lot of money, like little money that I know it can't take me for like 6 months if I'm not working. So it's like, let me just like bet on myself now. Let me see what I can do with this stuff, new knowledge and new skills I've just acquired. So I just don't want to do this. I don't really like the job anyway. So like,
what's you doing, sir?
Support worker.
Okay, cool.
You understand? Cool. So I work with System Plus as well.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I don't really enjoy this. I just want to go into something that I really enjoy. So all for the passion and just like the benefit of meeting new people, talking to landlord, and going to see properties and seeing what the game is actually. I mean, just seeing the raw part of the game, not just the money aspect alone, just to see for the knowledge reason. So I just went deep into it and just stopped my work previously. Since then, I've never looked back and just I kept going.
That's crazy. But did you not feel like a level of pressure that, because again, with the things with deal sourcing compared to rent to rent is good because once you've taken on a property, you know that consistently you could be making some money.
Yeah.
But with deal sourcing, it's like you source one deal and then you're gonna have to be sourcing another deal.
Yeah.
So do you not feel like some sort of pressure on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, of course, I felt the pressure, but you know, when I said leaving my job, I've had like 6 months saved up. Now I do the math, like, okay, if at all I'm not going to like make sense in the next 3 months, then I don't have choice than just to get back to my job. So I've done the calculation. It's just like I have 6 months saved up. Then I went deep into this sourcing. So I had the targets of like 2 to 3 deals every month.
Okay.
So doing the math averagely, that's still going to cover for my monthly payment if all the deals come through. But sometimes now, I mean, like this December, I've secured like more than 3 deals. So
yeah,
just like, okay, now I'm ready to go.
Nah, sick, man. So in total, you've done about 10 deals. Let's say the average of them is about 3K. I know the highest we've sourced a deal for is, how much is the highest we've sourced? Is it?
You know, it needs to stack every year. Like the old deal needs to stack in a year.
Yeah,
so I mean, so we've done like 3 deals that's like $4,000.
Yeah, 3 deals are like $4,000. But let's just say 10 deals at 3K, so like 30K. So I guess that's the good thing about deal sourcing. And I think what's made it easier is that you have reliable investors who can move quick.
Yeah, I mean, if obviously I'm working alone, I wouldn't have like gone this far. But because you know, the thing is, I did like a division of labor. You hold the investor part, I found the deal. So I just like, okay, could do source together.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to make this thing fast.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people struggle when it comes to deal sourcing because a lot of people don't actually have investors who are ready to move.
Yes.
When I wanted to do deal sourcing, like investors will pull out last minute because they weren't serious. But I think with us, what you're seeing is that we have a group of investors who have the funds ready. You can move quick just like that.
Move quick, yeah.
So that's the biggest thing, and that's why it's almost like you're guaranteed to make money on a consistent basis.
Yes,
because we know as long as you follow, you know, the margin on what I told you to follow, like you're gonna consistently make money.
That's it. It's that simple. We just have to like, there's a structure laid down already. So just like there's investors who are ready to take on the deal. They have target as well. So just like you working with them, just filling their own target. So I mean, that's the way I've put the work into use. So I just like, I have my numbers, I have the structure, and you have your part of the investors. I have my part of securing the deals. So this is why I go for the viewing. Every viewing I have a schedule on. I make sure I go. Either I'm going to secure the deal or not, because you never can tell. You can actually like, you know, might not get the deal, but you can build a relationship that can help
100%. That's it.
To get another deal.
And one thing I love about you is obviously the mindset, because a lot of people actually don't realize it. A lot of people, they're so fixated on the deal if the deal doesn't work, but they don't realize that property is not about property, it's about people. It's about building relationships.
Yeah.
When I look at myself now, probably the last 17 deals, I haven't actually come and looked at the last 17 deals. They've actually all come to me from relationships that I've built. So, you know, that's amazing. So, what do you say, bro?
I mean, most of the deals, let's say I have like just one deal from one agent. I usually get the next deal from the same agent.
Exactly.
There was a guy, Lakon. I mean, the first time he was introduced, he was telling me about this person as well, just like giving me some tips. He said that, you know, another thing you can do is just to find the agent. And that was when I started calling on Zoopla and all that. So once I find agents and the agent is ready to work with me through the relationship, obviously the agents will always have another deal. 100%. Might not be immediately, but looking out, it's going to have another deal and just to pass it on to you. Because there are like 2 deals that we had in Dartford. The agents had 1 deal, then obviously he called me and he asked me, you've already asked me if I could actually help him get a house. They were actually looking to buy a house as well. So I tried, but you know, they were not cooperating. Just like they just trying to waste my time. Yeah, man. But that's good. So cool. So obviously you've been doing very well. What would you say keeps you going? For me, 2 things that I actually keep, that I actually have that's fueling me is like the knowledge that I want to secure in it, and obviously I want to like be grounded in property. So you know, starting from this process, you know, property is all about good deal and good numbers. So once you have a good deal, once you know how to find a good deal, and once you know how to know the numbers, I mean, you can hardly go wrong. So I mean, those are the two things that are actually keeping me going. Knowing the people that are doing the game, the people that are actually genuinely doing the game, and also seeking knowledge by working with them. I mean, those are the two things that keeps me going, because I know whenever things get hard, it's an opportunity for you. Either, let's say you're stuck, you don't know next thing to do. Let's say the thing is you either don't know the knowledge to get to the next step, or you're just not doing the right thing. So I just like take a step backward and reflect, okay, what next to do. There's sometimes that I have like 5 days I don't close any. I'll call you, I'll tell you that I'm feeling like I don't know why I can't close all these deals. So I mean, like, those are the moments that I know that, okay, I need more knowledge. That's when I went all out to start looking for knowledge in sales. Then I started like reading books about it, and then started putting everything into use to secure the deals.
That's good. And obviously, I know that you're ambitious, but what would success look like to you in 5 years' time?
I mean, having a rent-to-rent business, like rent-to-rent properties that I have like my own properties that I'm using for Airbnb on social houses and each of in any way, and also from there migrating to securing some other properties for permanent, then building my own portfolio from there. So I mean, those are the things that I'm looking forward to do.
No, that's good. Well, listen, guys, you heard Usman's story. Usman is someone that I can always vouch for, because I've seen how hard he works. I've seen the work that he puts in. It's not been easy to get to where he is, because yes, cool, he might have sourced 10 deals in 6 months, but we're not forgetting all the deals that didn't go through. So Usman's an example of what it takes to actually be successful. You need resilience. So yeah, no, thank you, Usman. Appreciate you coming on the channel. As always, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We've got plenty more content coming, so yeah, stay tuned. As we're filming, if you can see my phone live in the flesh, receiving money from paper, I'm filming and making money at the same time. This is why I tell people, listen, start an Airbnb business. It's easy. I'm filming and I'm making money at the same time, just like this.